Good morning, seventh grade math. Welcome to Thursday, November 5th, 2020. We're going to start talking about what's called unit rates. A unit is just one of something. For example, when you're traveling down the road, you're going a certain number of miles per hour. When you walk a certain number of miles per hour. When you get paid, for most Americans, they get paid so much money per hour. So unit rates. And what we're doing, we're still trying to get you to understand how to make sense of math. So we're using fractions, we're using mixed numbers, decimals, things like that, just to kind of let you, see, and this is real world. We want you to be able to be a problem solver. So commonly used rates like miles per hour make it easy to understand and compare rates. So here we have Jeff. He walks a half a mile every 15 minutes. And there are 4 periods of 15 minutes, a quarter hour. Lisa hikes a third of a mile every 10 minutes. Well, 10 minutes, there are 6 10-minute intervals in an hour. So how far do they hike each? How far do they each hike in 1 hour? In 2 hours. Okay. So if you look at Jeff here, we'll go ahead and fill out his table. He's walked a half a mile in a quarter of an hour. So in a half an hour, he walked a mile. 3/4 of a mile, or 3/4 of an hour, he walked a mile and a half. In an hour, he walked 2 miles. And in 2 hours, he walked 4 miles. Okay. So here we have our friend, Lisa. She walks a third of a mile every 1/6 of an hour. So in 1/6 of an hour, she walks a third of a mile. She walks 2/3 of a mile in 1/3. She walks a mile and a half hour. So she walks 2 miles every hour and 4 miles every 2 hours, just like her friend. So we used a table to fill that out. So it said there, how did you find Jeff's distance for 3/4 of an hour? Well, I added a half a mile every quarter hour. Which hiker walks farther in 1 hour? Which is faster? Neither. They share the same unit rate. So how do we find unit rates? So a rate is a comparison of 2 quantities that have different units, such as miles and hours. Ratios and rates can be expressed as fractions. A rate or ratio with a denominator of 1 unit is called a unit rate. So for an example, this person here traveled 60 miles in 2 hours. Okay? So you divide 60 by 2, both of them by 2, so this person's traveling at a rate of 30 miles per hour. Now, if they're both being compared to a ratio, 15 miles per half hour, that's going to be a complex fraction. So 15 miles per half hour, so it would be the same as this, 30 miles per hour. Okay? While remodeling her kitchen, Angela is repainting. She estimates that she paints 55 square feet every half hour. How many square feet does Angela paint per hour? Well, we have here 55 square feet. We'll divide that by 1/2 hour. And remember, when we divide fractions, we have to flip it. So she's going to be painting 110 square feet per hour. Now, to get some concept of what 110 square feet is, it's a 10 by 11 wall, 10 feet by 11 feet. It's a rectangle. So here we have some problems we're going to solve on our graph paper. So Paige mows a sixth of an acre in a quarter of an hour. How many acres does Paige mow per hour? So number 3, 1 over 6 divided by 1 over 4. Remember when we divide fractions, 1 over 6, we have to flip this guy, 4 over 1. And remember that when we multiply fractions, we can cross factor. So I can factor out a 2 here. This becomes 2. This becomes a 3. So 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3. So old Paige mows 2/3 of an acre per hour. Greta uses 3 cups of pasta for every 3/4 cup of sauce. How much pasta does she use per cup of sauce? Okay. So once again, this is going to be a division problem, 3 over 1. And we're going to flip this guy. We're going to multiply the reciprocal. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times 4 is 4 over 1. So she uses 4 cups of pasta for every cup of sauce. So we're going to use unit rates. We're going to study this. We're going to compare them. So 2 pools are leaking. After 15 minutes, pool A has leaked 2/3 of a gallon. I'm going to write that down. I know it's all in your book, but I'm going to write that down. So 15 minutes, 2/3 of a gallon. And remember, this is another way to write 15 minutes is 1/4 hour. So 1/4 hour times 3 over 2. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. So oops, what did I do wrong here? I made a mistake. Let's see where I went astray. So 2 pools are leaking 2/3 of a gallon every 15 minutes, 2/3 of a gallon every 1/4 hour. Pool B, 3/4 of a gallon every 20 minutes, 3/4 of a gallon every 1/3 hour. So it's going to be 2 over 3 divided by 1/4. And pool B is going to be 3 over 4 divided by 1 over 3. Pool A, oh, I know what I did wrong. You got the reciprocal because I was dividing the wrong thing. So 2/3 of a gallon every 1/4 of an hour. 2 over 3 times 4 over 1. That's 2 times 4, which is 8 over 3, or 2 2/3 gallons per hour. Pool B is leaking 3/4 of a gallon every 20 minutes. So 1/3 of an hour, 3/4 times 3 over 1. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. So 2 1/4 gallons per hour. So pool A is leaking faster. So Jalen makes limeade using 3/4 cup of water. Three-quarters cup of water per 1/4 cup lime juice. Now what they're doing, they are diluting the lime juice. Otherwise it'd be real bitter and sour. Wanchen uses 2/3 cup of water. Per 1/6 cup of lime juice. And it says, whose limeade has a weaker lime flavor? Explain. So remember what I was saying. What these people are doing, they're diluting it. They are diluting it. So 3/4 cup of water divided by 1/4 cup lime juice. Turn this around, times 4/1. We can cancel these out. 3 times 1 is 3/1. So this person has 3 cups of water for every cup of lime juice. Let's see what this person has. 2/3 divided by 1/6. We're going to flip that. 2/3 times 6/1. This becomes a 1. This becomes a 2. 2 times 2 is 4/1. So this guy Wanchen dilutes his limeade more. So Jalen puts in 3 cups water per 1 cup lime juice. Wanchen, 4 cups water per 1 cup lime juice. And that finishes this video. I'm going to go ahead and upload this guy. And I hope to see you all at 9:30 this morning. By the way, today's code word is if not now. If not now.